At the beginning of 2022, social media was flooded with videos purporting to show a Russian military buildup near the border with Ukraine. This video, uploaded to TikTok in early February, contains no buildings, road signs or obvious landmarks, but as we'll see, it is possible to pinpoint the exact location where it was shot. There appears to be very little visual information to work with, but a quick look at the comments reveals something interesting. Somebody asks a question and the video's creator gives this reply. Could M4 have some significance? Even if you don't understand Russian, it's quick and easy to get a workable translation. Here you see it says M4 Don after Rostov towards Moscow. Could M4 be the name of the road? Searching for M4 Don on Yandex Maps, which is generally very good for Russia and the surrounding region, you can see that indeed there is a road called M4 that runs from Rostov north toward Moscow. Returning to the video and looking closely at the GPS app displayed on the phone, you can see E115. Could this also be significant? Zooming in closer on the map, you can see that the road is in places marked E115. But how can we get closer to the exact location? Looking carefully again at the map on the phone's GPS app, we can see a rather unusual pattern beside the highway. The stretch of road marked M4 and E115 does run for several hundred kilometers, but we could take a guess at this stage that, having mentioned it in his reply, the poster may be not so far north of Rostov. This helps us to narrow down a potentially helpful starting point for our search. The pattern we noticed is visible even when you're zoomed out quite far, so at least we're not going to have to go along the road meter by meter searching for it. A couple of minutes of searching brings us to this point, which does look quite similar. Comparing it directly with the view from the TikTok video shows that it is in fact identical. Looking again at the GPS, you can see a small moving object. This should tell us precisely where the vehicle is at the moment that the video is being captured. So we're pretty much sure of the location, but wouldn't it be nice to get ground level imagery just to add another layer of certainty? When we enable Yandex's panorama layer, however, we find that there is no ground level imagery available in this area. So how about seeing if we can find an alternative? If we go to the same spot on Google Maps and click on the little yellow figure at the bottom right, the road is highlighted in blue, meaning that there is Street View available. When we do click into Street View, it doesn't look very promising. Not a building, a road sign, or an obvious geographical feature in sight. To make matters worse, most of the view in the video is obscured by the convoy of military vehicles. Furthermore, in the only views available to us on Street View, there's vigorous growth of grass, trees and bushes, in marked contrast to what we can see in the video. At this point, it's always a good idea to look for anything at all you can find that stands out. In this case, there are a few trees that stand up a little taller than the rest of those around them. Is that what we can see at this point of the video? It's hard to say exactly. If it is, then we should see another tall tree, this time quite a bit thicker, just a little further along the road. Returning to the video and rolling it forward, we find exactly what we're looking for. As we continue to play the video, we see that as we come into line with those trees, we can see the beginning of a guardrail. This corresponds exactly to what we see in the street view. The guardrail itself runs for a few hundred meters before coming to an end just before a long line of bushes running east from the highway. Again, this closely matches what we can see in the video. So in the end, it came down to some quite simple tools and techniques. Google Translate first for getting information from the comments, then a couple of different mapping applications, and finally some judicious guesswork based on the information that we had. I hope this has been helpful. Thanks for your time.